Hi, my name is Morgan Long, and this is my assignment 5. I did my unit as a weather unit. I'm a kindergarten teacher, so one of our curriculum standards is that we have a weather unit in our whole group reading, and so I did mine on identifying and creating clouds within that unit. Students will use what they learn about clouds to create and provide information on each type of cloud. And the picture on the bottom is an example of the project that they completed at the end of the unit. Do the tasks yield appropriate evidence of the identified understandings? I said yes. The students demonstrate their understanding by observing clouds and categorizing them based on what they've already learned about clouds. And also, students demonstrate their understanding by using cotton balls to create the different clouds and provide facts about each. So the students had to really understand the types of clouds and what kind of weather they bring in order to actually make them and provide facts with them. The next one is, do the tasks involve a real-world application? Yes, the tasks provided my students with real-world applications. They went outside and observed clouds, they explained their reasonings on classifications of clouds, and the students continued to independently make observation at recess and ask questions. And I included the ISTE standard 5B, which is making the real-world connections with students. And clouds are definitely real-world because anytime we go outside we can see one, and after teaching the unit, my students would go outside at recess and say, "Oh my goodness, Mrs. Long, look, it's a stratus cloud," or "It's a cirrus cloud." So they were using what they've learned and looking at the weather and deciding what weather it was going to be based on the clouds outside. Next is, are a variety of appropriate assessments formats used? Yes, the students were informally and formally observed throughout the unit. Some examples of informal observations were the students' interaction with the flip chart and listening to student-partner conversations. I had a flip chart made on day 2 of the unit, and the students had to come up and interact with it and decide which type of cloud was going to bring what weather and the names of each cloud. And so they got to interact with technology that way. And also just through informally listening to their partner conversations on the carpet when I would ask questions. And then the formal observations were that the cloud observations writing, we went outside and they had to look at the clouds that were outside and decide which cloud it was and then give a valid reasoning for it. And the final project, which was on the first slide, which was them classifying and creating the clouds themselves. Are students given the opportunity to self-assess and reflect? I said yes, the students' real-life application of clouds. They use their real-life application of clouds to reflect on their project. The students made a final project of each cloud and gave valid reasoning of the creation of each cloud. Also, at the end, students compared their projects to their table groups and saw if they labeled the clouds the same way, and if they didn't, they discussed why. Students were excited when they were able to go outside of recess and identify the clouds in the sky. They got to reflect on themselves as they're sharing with their table groups and deciding which one was each, and if they didn't agree, they could give a rationale and decide why. But if I was going to do it again, I would have them maybe more self-reflect and maybe even grade themselves on the project, because I think if I gave them a rubric with different pictures and words, they could assess themselves, make sure they had everything required, and just more of the self-reflection piece other than the comparing piece, which I did with their peers. Revisions and rationale to my unit. If I were to teach this unit again, I would have the students make predictions about the weather depending on the type of cloud. I might add another writing piece in there, so if I had them look outside of the cloud, I might ask them what the weather was going to be, maybe that night, or so they'd have to predict. And having learning apply to real life situations would enhance it greatly. So just having more of the real life situations come in play with the predicting weather, or maybe deciding what they were going to wear that day based on the clouds. And I also said how I would want them to self-reflect a little bit more. And these are my references for my IST standard. Thanks for watching.